All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly, Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers, Shalom unto you, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
A white man never yelled racism, racism, racism to you. You think if Japanese were held slave in this country, they would turn around and buy each other? You think if Jews were held as slaves in this country, when it was over, they would turn around and buy each other? You think if Jews were held as slaves in this country for long and they were set free, emancipation, they would even try to kill each other? They would never. It would be the most loving environment you would ever work because they would become very united. What do? Oh, I'm sorry. We were brainwashed. We were taught how to kill during slavery. That's what we say. What you're saying is telling people that we are so stupid. You know, there's a saying, a story that is bogus. I know it's bogus. That in the 60s, the FBI planted crack in black neighborhoods. That's why we became crackheads. Maybe the FBI, since they deal with human profiling, they know already that you would use it. Because if they had poured the same thing in Jewish communities, the Jews will walk past it, even at a discount price. They won't take it. If they had poured the same thing in the Korean communities, they won't take it. In the Chinese communities, why did you take it? You're telling your kids that your forefathers were stupid, that you saw poison and you took it. That's what you're teaching children. A white man.
See, it's deeper than that. And this is what happens when you try to rationalize without using the scriptures. When you try to rationalize of why concerning our people without the scriptures, this is what happens. Now, if a man don't know the truth, he sounds very articulate. He sounds like, yeah, man, he on point. He looks like a Hamite, but we look like all nations. So that's, I don't even really want to get on that topic to go deeper into that topic. I want to stick to the topic, but I had to mention that, But the point is that the reason that we destroy each other is because that's part of the curses. And what I realize when people talks about our people, right? Now, people who teaches the new covenant prophets, they always want to talk about how you magnify the curses so much. Well, let me get this real quick. This haven't happened yet. Until the Lord deliver us, because this is literally in the last book, in the last chapter of what I'm about to read. This haven't happened yet. So the curses do still apply. It says, and there should be no more curse. So the curses still apply. This is why we kill each other. Now, logically, yes, what he's saying is right. But when you have a power that controls a man's goings, then that's when you have to humble yourself and be like, oh, okay, this is why things happen. When you yourself try to break things down. Matter of fact, let me, because I got a perfect scripture for what I'm trying to articulate. And there should be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and the Lamb should be in it, and his servant shall serve him. All right. So I really just wanted to read this one. There should be no more curse, but to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there's no light in them, which means that they are in a state of darkness, which means they can't see the truth. The path is dark to them. When you try to understand without using the scriptures, you will always fail. And that's what our people don't. And then you even have people who heard about the curses. Because I remember, I think it was some years ago, it probably was Captain Tazariak, if I'm not mistaken. But basically he was debating those House of Conscience niggas. All right. I think it was Saw Netter to be honest, but or it was somebody on Saw Netter's platform, But when he brings up the curses, oh no, the curses, that's a cop out. The curses is not a cop out if we're literally under curses. And then what the Lord said within the curses literally happened and happening unto us. So yeah, using logic like you think the Jewish man would do this? You think the Chinese man would do this? You think the Japanese man would do this? No, we would get closer together. Actually, they would. You want to know why? Because they're not under curses. That's why. The Lord said because, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. And then I'm gonna get into the curses. You know, I don't want to make this video too long because I can ramble about this. And it says, and hear this word that Yahweh have spoken against you, children of Israel, against the whole family which are brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you. Do you understand that curses and punishing or punishments go together? They're the same thing. So I will punish you for all your iniquities. So the curses was, if you go off, that's the repercussions. All right, so now, what is that? I think it's, oh yeah, matter of fact, let's get it. Let's get it. But it shall come to pass if you will now hearken to the voice of your power, Yahweh your power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Cursed shall you be in the city, cursed shall you be in the field. When you go to Matthew 13 and 38, Yahweh said the field is the world. So wherever you are, you're going to be cursed. You're going to go through things. All right. Yes, you have people of our people sold their soul. So the curses is lighter. But the days that are approaching, they about to be right up in it, right? Both feet in. So you don't get away. And then let me get this famous one. This is one of my favorites because I used to. All right, so quick testimony real quick. I was one of those children who used to be like, why when it come to slavery, right? You know, like, damn, it's because we black. Like, that's it. We ain't do nothing to these people. And then I used to look, right? Because as a child, I used to fight a lot. And I beat up a lot of white kids. I beat up a lot of so-called black kids, so-called white kids, right? So I knew for a fact that I was stronger than the Edomites. I didn't know they was Edomites at that time, but I'm going to use that terminology for y'all can get used to what the fuck a so-called white man is. All right, so I knew that I was stronger than the Edomite. Just by every time that I fought them, it was even no match. But when I fought my own people, it was more difficult. So I'm just looking like, how was they able to conquer us like this? So here go the scripture right here. It say, how should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them and Yahweh had shut them up? So through the curses, the Lord said, because when you read Deuteronomy 28, you know, it goes into all the curses, but it also goes to what's going to happen to you, right? But yes, the reason that how this man, through help of other nations, was able to conquer us and, like I always say, pack us on ship like sardines across the Atlantic Ocean and bring us into slavery to the Caribbeans, you know, to the America, South Central and North America, without any type of fight back, is because the Lord did it. That's why. And it says, for their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges. So the rock, as you see, that's a capital R. Let's talk about Yahushua. Because the Lord, through Yahushua, our Father, through Yahushua, he is the judge, as it say in John 5 and 22 and 23. So let's watch this again.
Never yell racism, racism, racism to you. You think if Japanese were held slave in this country, they would turn around and buy each other? You think if Jews were held as slaves in this...
Now, even though when you dig into history, Ham is the one who sold us, but also some of our people too. But he's not looking at it from an Israelite and Hamite perspective. He just looking at black people as a whole. So he's speaking as black people as a whole. But the point that I wanted to do this video is because when you talk about other nations, the other nations is not us, and the other nations have not, they didn't break the contract because the contract was never given unto them. So the reason that you would have evil eye towards your brother and kill him. Let's get that scripture real quick. Dang, what is that? Is it? I want to say it's 45. Let me see. I think it's 45. Haven't read this in a while because I used to know it by heart. Let me see. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you and shall pursue you and overtake you till you be destroyed, because you hearken not unto the voice of Yahweh your power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command you. And they shall be a sign. So this is not it, but I'm reading anyway. And they shall be upon you for a sign and for a wonder, and upon your seed forever. What should be upon you? Curses. So the sign is this. As this man is speaking, he don't even understand that he's actually fulfilling scripture. It's a sign because he's talking about the plight of our people. That's a sign of who the Israelites are. The curses. Okay. But let's continue.
Country, when it was over, they'll turn around and buy each other. You think if Jews were held as slaves in this country for long and they were set free, emancipation, they would even try to kill each other? They would never. It would be the most loving environment you would ever work because they will become.
See, that's what I mean. That's why I read Isaiah 8:20. When you don't have the word, the knowledge of the word and why, because I always say this, the Bible is the why of everything. He's just trying to rationalize in his mind. He trying to come up with things, from educated guesses. Like, we went into slavery, but we kill each other. I don't get that. It's because it's curses. Now, let me see if I can find it. Let me click on this. It might be like 53 then. 53 or 54. Talk about evil eye towards your brother and all of that. 54. So, okay. So that a man that is tender among you and very delicate. Matter of fact, let me read it when he get to the point.
Very united. What do? Oh, I'm sorry. We were brainwashed. We were taught how to kill during slavery. That was.
And see, and this is what I hate about people. The condescending. Because, yes, the scriptures go into that too. I ain't even going to get it. I'm going to quote it for time's sake. Habakkuk 2:15, it said, woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink. And I'm so out of breath. So if you hear me breathing heavy, I don't know what's going on, but I wasn't doing this before I pressed record. So I'm being attacked. Shit, I can't breathe. But anyways, but Habakkuk 2:15, it literally said, woe to him who give his neighbor drink, who putteth the bottle to his lips and maketh him drunken, that he may look on their nakedness. So that's what that scripture is implying, is that these devil literally have taught us black culture. He gave us our culture and we literally learned from him. Yes, that is a fact. So when you try to make it seem like, oh, that's an excuse, it's not an excuse, man. All of these things are fact. Let's go back a little bit.
We were brainwashed.
We were brainwashed. We were taught
how to kill during.
We were taught how to kill because guess what? It ended up creating an inferiority complex. We start to look at each other as less than humans because we was treated that way. And then when you don't have the answers, you don't got the answers way. When you don't have the answers, now when you're going through stuff in the hood and you looking at somebody who look like you already hate yourself. So it's easier to kill somebody who look like you because you already look at them as an insignificant person. All right.
Slavery. That's what we say. What you're saying is telling people that we are so stupid.
It's not about being stupid. This is what happens when you try to understand without the scriptures. This is curses from the creator of all things, the one who control all life force. So that means if he want to make your life bad, he can. If you want to make your life grand, he can.
The saying, a story that is.
So Hold on.
Bogus, I know it's bogus, that in the 60s, the FBI planted crack in black neighborhoods.
That's a fact right there. We all know that. But here's the thing. Matter of fact, let me let him say it.
That's why we became crackheads. Maybe the FBI, since they deal with human profiling, they know already that you would use it.
So, I came across a video today that was earlier. I was going to do a video on it, but this one was better because the other dude was just pissing me off. He was just really being a Sambo. Now, of course, logically, you could say anything. So just because the white man put crack in your neighborhood, that don't mean you're supposed to sell or to smoke it. Okay, yeah, duh. But let's be real though. If you are in the hood and you find a way to escape that reality, you got some people who going to sell it for they can get out of the hood. You got people who just give up and be like, fuck it, I'm going to get high for I can escape the reality of my situation. All of it is to escape the reality out of the situation. I don't condone doing drugs or selling drugs, but I understand it. Okay? That's what being a true judge is. That's why the Lord allowed us to taste both sides of wickedness and righteousness, for you can judge rightly and understand things. So why would the FBI plant that stuff in there if he know that we wasn't going to take it? Just the same thing. Like I always say, you got Edomites who will lose their job and kill their whole family and kill themselves. They don't even know how to struggle at all. So let's put them in the hood. And guess what? That's what the kingdom of heaven is going to be about. Yeah, we're going to finally see the curse is about to be upon them. And it's already happening. But it's going to be much more, heightened in the kingdom. But yeah, we're going to see them be in the lowest state and watch they're going to be killing each other and having evil eye towards each other and looking at them as inferior. All right. So like I said, so that a man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. What chapter are we in? Deuteronomy 28:15 on down is the curses, right? This is part of the curse. This is why you got so-called black on black crime. Okay? And hit towards the wife of his bosom and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Now, this scripture says so much, even though he ain't even going to the other part. But yeah, why you think it's so many? Like, we the only nation that have podcasts with men and women arguing about, well, you need to be in order. Well, nigga, you need to do this. You don't see no white podcasts, Chinese podcasts, Japanese podcasts arguing, about the role of a man and a woman, man. You literally have podcasts they call manosphere or red pill. All right. Why? Because our women is out of order. So you have women who don't look at the man as any type of significance in her life. You got the man who look down on a woman because she look at you like you ain't shit. Y'all always arguing and fighting. We just read it right here. Oh, the deadbeat dad. We just read it right here. Towards the remnant of his children, which he should leave. Okay? Matter of fact, I think I got another one concerning the curses. And you shall become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword. So like everything that this dude is saying, he don't even understand that he's doing this. First of all, he's astonished. That's why he's even speaking on this. All right. A proverb is just like I always use this saying because that's simple, that everybody have heard before. Black people are lazy. That's a proverb. Okay. A byword is black, colored, nigga, African American. All right. Now, Israelites are so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But since this video is talking about the Southern Kingdom, that's why I'm talking about just the Southern Kingdom right now. So, and it says, and among all nations, whether Yahweh shall lead you. All right. So who this apply to? So everything that this man is saying, he's trying to understand. But if he knew the truth, or put it this way, if the Lord will allow him to receive the truth, this wouldn't even be saying a thing. He would actually be on this platform talking about, oh, the reason that we do this and do that is because we are under curses right now because of our disobedience. What the hell happened?
Because if they had poured the same thing in Jewish communities, the Jews will walk past it, even at a discount price. They won't take it. If they had poured the same thing in the Korean communities, they won't take it. In the Chinese communities, why did you take it? You're telling your kids that your forefathers were stupid.
No, it's because of curses, man. So, that's all I was want to speak on it. So if you speak not according to this words, because there's no light in you, and you will always be confused, you will always try to rationalize, and then you will never come to a conclusion. Because even listen to this man talk, he didn't come up to a conclusion. He basically just saying that we were making excuses, but it's deeper than that. When you dealing with a power who control all life force and literally what they do, and then he says that this is going to happen unto you, well, that's the answer, damn it. That's the answer, all right? So all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Seek ye Yahweh Bashem Yahushai before he take away his word. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Shalom.